Huge night last night. Did you have any idea that you were going to win as big as you did?
Well, I felt good. I mean, Mississippi, I was there 3 or 4 times, and it was like a love fest, and so I felt very good about it. Michigan has been great. It's been great for me for a long time. I have so many friends there, and I had no idea it would be that big.
Do you think it's the message on trade, particularly in Michigan, that was effective? Because we see Sanders winning as well there with a very similar message on trade.
I think they want strength. I think they want military. I think they want to take care of vets. I think they hate Obamacare. But I would say ultimately it's about jobs and the economy. And, you know, Michigan's been stripped. You look at those empty factories all over the place, and nobody hits that message better than me. I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop the craziness that's going on. If you look at what's happening, even today, I mean, we're just shipping company after company after company is leaving this country and leaving jobs behind, and I'm going to get it stopped.
2 new polls out today, Quinnipiac, also CNN one, both showing essentially the same thing. You are way ahead here in Florida, almost, I think, 2-1 against Rubio, and even in Ohio, leading Kasich 6 points and 7 points in each poll. If you win Florida, if you win Ohio, is it over?
I think so, yeah. I think if I win those 2, I think it's over. And I thought Kasich said after Michigan he was going to drop out, to be honest with you. He was saying that he will win Michigan, he will win it easily. And
he's now saying Ohio. If he doesn't win
Ohio.
Now
he's saying Ohio, but no, he said Michigan. He said, you know, it's his neighbor. And he said he's going to win Michigan, and he was pretty confident of Michigan. And I thought he said he was going to drop out if he lost Michigan, but I guess he's not going to do that. So I think we're going to do very well in Ohio. I know Ohio very well, have many friends.
You think you'll win there?
Well, even Paul O'Neill of the Yankees endorsed me. He's from Ohio, great guy. And he endorsed me last night at the press conference. I think I'll win Ohio, yeah. And I think we just have better policies. The country is sick and tired of what they're seeing. The country is sick and tired of these politicians that talk, and it's all talk, no action, and they're tired of it, Anderson.
So if Kasich drops, if you win Ohio, Kasich drops out, and you win Florida, and Rubio's gone, and it's just you and Cruz, if you don't get all the delegates needed to win by the convention.
Well, I think if I win Ohio and if I win Florida, pretty much you're going to be pretty much assured of doing that.
You think you'll get all the delegates?
I think so, yeah. I really think so. I don't see the convention going that route. I see probably getting the delegates. You know, it's like the fighters. That's the ultimate way of doing it. You knock them out. If you knock them out, nothing can happen.
You want to go for a knockout?
I'd rather go for a knockout, yes.
If you get to the convention, though, and you don't have the delegates, is any kind of a deal acceptable to you other than you getting the nomination?
Well, then you have to fight it out. But, you know, it's really unfair. Let's say you get there and you're a few short, but you have 1,200, let's say, and somebody else had 500 or 600, because I'm way ahead. And, you know, in all fairness to Ted, he said he's the only one that beats me, but he doesn't say I beat him 2 or 3 times for every time he wins one. And we've won the important ones. We've won the big ones. And we won last night. I mean, last night was a romp. So, you know, look. Ted, the problem with Ted is he walks in with the Bible, holds up the Bible. You know, I call him Lying Ted.
I've heard that.
Puts down the Bible, and then he lies. I've never seen a man lie this much. But even with
You think for a guy who says he's very religious, you're surprised?
No, Ted, I call him Lying Ted. He's Lying Ted. And, you know, that's his name. And I think, frankly, that name is stuck because the evangelicals are on my side. They don't like liars. Evangelicals do not like liars.
So if it goes to convention, you don't have... You're a couple short or a couple hundred short. For you, that doesn't matter. It's got to be you as the nominee. No other deal is acceptable to you.
I think this. If you go to the convention, and because of some artificial number that they set, if you go to the convention and you're leading by a lot of delegates, I think you should get the nomination. And that'll be me. I mean, I'll have far more delegates. Now, whether or not I get to that artificial number, I don't know, but I think I will.
You've had a lot of money thrown against you just these last couple of weeks.
There's never been anything like it.
This whole Never Trump movement, is it dead, do you think?
Well, I think it's mortally wounded. I do think it's mortally wounded. Look, Marco had a very rough night. He got no delegates. He got nothing. And that was a very, very bad night. And you know, when people have hit me in this, if you watch, and it's been the story of my life, I better knock on wood, but everybody that's hit me has gone down. They all came at me. Perry came at me. I could go through. Lindsey Graham came at me. Bush came at me. Every one of them came at me. And every one of them that's come at me has gone down. And wouldn't it be nice to have that happen with our country, where we can very simply win again?
So what do you think was Rubio's demise?
I think he tried to be Don Rickles. Frankly, you know, he wanted to be Don Rickles, and he's not Don Rickles. And it took me by surprise. I mean, I'm standing at one of the debates, and all of a sudden he got nasty. And he was very nasty.
Did he get under your skin? 'Cause it seemed like
No, he didn't. And nobody gets under my skin. I mean, you have to handle it. But he was really rude. And in fact, for a while, I wasn't even sure if what I was seeing was right. Then he had a horrible debate with Chris Christie where he folded. I mean, he totally, choked. And you know the expression, once a choker, always a choker.
Do you think going after you, with jokes, with humor, with insults, that took him off his message?
I think so. He wasn't really joking. I mean, he was insulting. And, made up insults and nasty insults.
And it weakened him, you think, in the long term?
It turned out to. I didn't know it would. I mean, I think I hit him very hard. I probably hit him much harder. But maybe for me it's more natural. It wasn't natural for him. And took him off his game. Amazing. I've never seen anything like it. And he went from being, from doing pretty good to now he's at the bottom of the pack.
I want to ask you about Cruz in a minute, but just in a big picture, have you given much thought to how you want to define the GOP? I mean, you will be not only the nominee, you will be the standard bearer for the Republican Party. How do you want to redefine the GOP?
Okay, well, I think the biggest story in all of politics all over the world right now, I've been on the cover of Time magazine 4 times in the last short number of months. I mean, because of what's happening. There's a movement, and it's millions and millions of people that are disgusted with the incompetence of our politicians and our leaders, if you want to call them that. I don't even call them that. I hate to use
Republicans and Democrats.
Republicans and Democrats. And I'll get to the Republicans in a second because they're blowing a great opportunity. So you have primaries, and millions of people more are going to the primaries and voting. And in all fairness, it's because of me. I'm not going to joke. It's not because of Ted Cruz, who nobody cares about. Millions of people are going to the polls, more people than did 4 years ago, and did ever. By the way, ever. You report on it. You don't report on it even as big as it should, but millions of people. It's the biggest story. And people come up to me, Mr. Trump, when I'm signing autographs or I'm shaking hands. Mr. Trump, 50 years old, 60 years old, I've never voted before, but I'm so proud to be voting. I've never wanted to vote.
So you want a more populist GOP?
No. I'll tell you what. I'm a conservative person. I don't think the labels matter. They say he is not. Jeb Bush used to say he is not a conservative. Okay, he used to go, he is not a conservative. I say, what difference does it make? I mean, who cares? I have very conservative views. But one view that probably isn't considered conservative, but it is smart trade. I want smart trade.
Right, your position is actually similar to Bernie Sanders in some way. I mean, you're both sort of critical
Except I
of
can
NAFTA.
do something about it. The difference between Sanders and I watched him recently, and he's right about one thing. The world is ripping us off on trade. It's been a horrible thing. It's been a horrible, horrible experiment. I've been against it for years, Anderson. If you look back, I've been against it. In fact, your friend Wolf Blitzer actually did a tape of his interviews with me from like 15, 17 years ago, and I was saying the same thing, a little bit different nations, like Japan was really ripping.
But your position is pretty un-Republican. I mean, Larry Kudlow, who is positive about your corporate tax policy, he's critical of you on trade.
Yeah.
He says that essentially it's going to be raising prices for people on consumer goods, on electronics, on cars, on other items, and it's essentially a tax on people who can't afford it.
No, I've heard Larry, and let me just tell you what's going to happen from a practical standpoint, from a negotiating standpoint. The world is ripping us off because of manipulation, monetary manipulation, devaluations, okay? They are brilliant. The greatest player of them all is China. Nobody has ever played the valuation game with their currency better. It's currency devaluation than China. China is a grandmaster. Japan is doing very well, but some of these countries are just absolute masters at it. When we start getting tough and they think that we're serious, and I'm totally serious. I'd put a tax on in 2 seconds.
You've talked about a 45% tax
I've talked about different
goods.
taxes. I've also said, I didn't say I was going to put it, I said use it as a negotiating tool, and I would if we couldn't make the right deal.
But that would raise prices for consumer goods.
China just devalued their currency recently more than they have at any time for more than 2 decades. This was like shocking. And the only reason they did it is because we're weak and we have no leadership. It makes it impossible for our companies to compete with Chinese companies and China generally, okay? It makes it absolutely impossible. The threat of me doing this, for instance, the threat of doing it against Japan or China, you tell Japan, by the way, when your cars come in, you're going to have to pay a 35% tax. I use 35%. I only use 45 if somebody's really egregious, and of course now you have many people that are really egregious. But
so you're seeing this as a negotiation
absolutely.
tactic.
And you know what's going to happen? When they see that we're not playing games, that we'll really do it, because I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd love to do it. When they see that we're not playing games, they're going to stop playing with their currencies, and they're going to stop taking our jobs to the extent that they're taking them right now.